Let me take you back to the 8th century, a time when the peaks of the Himalayas stood as silent witnesses to the birth of one of the most profound spiritual texts ever created. Hidden within the monasteries of ancient Tibet, a man named Padmasambhava, often called the Lotus-born, set out to leave an unparalleled legacy. Known as a mystical teacher and the father of Tibetan Buddhism, he is credited with introducing the Bardo Thodol, commonly translated as the Tibetan Book of the Dead, to the world. His teachings, infused with the wisdom of centuries, became the spiritual compass for navigating the mysterious realms beyond death. Imagine a world where life was seen as inseparable from death, where every action, thought, and intention was understood as part of a grand cosmic cycle. This was the lens through which ancient Tibetans viewed existence. The Bardo Thodol wasn't just a guide for the dying. It was a sacred manual for understanding the nature of consciousness and the transitions that define our journey through life and death. The book's teachings focus on what happens during the Bardos, or transitional states. The word Bardo itself means in between, and according to Tibetan Buddhism, these states occur at pivotal moments of transformation. While the text is most famous for describing the 3 Bardos of death, moments after the heart stops beating, during the visions that follow, and before rebirth, it also emphasizes that Bardos are not confined to death alone. They manifest in our lives every day. Think about those moments of uncertainty, like leaving a job, experiencing heartbreak, or even waking up from a vivid dream. These too are Bardos, spaces where what we know dissolves, making room for what's to come. Now, let's examine the first of the 3 Bardos described in the Bardo Thodol, the Chikai Bardo, or the moment of death. In Tibetan Buddhism, death isn't viewed as an abrupt end, but as a process, a transition from the physical to the spiritual. This Bardo begins the instant life slips away, marked by the appearance of the clear light. This light is described as radiant and all-encompassing, the very essence of pure awareness. According to the text, this moment presents a rare and fleeting opportunity for liberation. If one can recognize this light as their true nature, they can break free from the endless cycle of rebirth known as samsara and achieve enlightenment. But here's the challenge. For many, the brilliance of the clear light is overwhelming. Fear takes hold, clouding recognition and pulling the soul into the next stages of the journey. It's a stark reminder of the importance of preparation, a concept deeply ingrained in Tibetan Buddhist practice. Monks dedicate years, sometimes entire lifetimes, to meditation and mindfulness, training their minds to recognize this light when the time comes. Their goal? To approach death not with fear, but with clarity and acceptance. Interestingly, these ancient teachings find surprising echoes in modern accounts of near-death experiences, NDEs. Studies have shown that people who have been declared clinically dead often report seeing an overwhelming light, accompanied by feelings of peace and unity. One such account comes from Dr. Raymond Moody, a pioneer in NDE research, who, in his 1975 book, Life After Life, documented countless stories of individuals describing sensations eerily similar to the Tibetan concept of the clear light. Could these parallels be coincidence, or do they suggest that the Bardo Thodol tapped into a universal truth about the nature of consciousness? Beyond the spiritual, the Bardo Thodol also serves as a practical guide for the living. By contemplating death and impermanence, Tibetan Buddhism encourages us to live more intentionally. The book teaches that everything is transient, from the relationships we hold dear to the thoughts that pass through our minds. This recognition isn't meant to instill despair, but to inspire a deeper appreciation for life. When we understand that nothing is permanent, every moment becomes precious. One of the most revolutionary ideas presented in the Bardo Thodol is that death is not an event, it's a mirror. In the moments after life fades, we are confronted with our truest selves. The peaceful and wrathful deities described in the text are not external forces. They are projections of our own consciousness. These visions reflect our fears, desires, and attachments, magnified to an extraordinary scale. It's a stark and humbling truth. What we encounter in death is shaped entirely by the lives we've led. This brings us to a crucial question: how can we prepare? Tibetan Buddhism emphasizes that preparation for death begins in life. Practices such as mindfulness meditation, Reciting mantras and cultivating compassion are not just spiritual exercises, they're tools to train the mind for the ultimate transition. Imagine starting each day with the awareness that it could be your last, not as a source of fear, but as a call to live with intention, gratitude, and clarity. The Bardo Thodol offers us a profound reminder. Death is not the end. It's a journey, a doorway to transformation and liberation. Whether we choose to embrace this perspective or not, the truth remains. Life and death are inextricably linked. By facing one, we gain a deeper understanding of the other. So, as we continue this exploration of the Tibetan Book of the Dead, consider this. What if the wisdom of this ancient text could help you not only navigate death, but also transform the way you live? What if each moment of uncertainty, each transition, held the key to awakening a greater sense of purpose? The Bardo Thodol challenges us to see beyond the surface, to embrace the unknown with courage, and to live a life that reflects the boundless light within us all. Stay with me as we dive even deeper into these timeless teachings, uncovering the mysteries that connect us all in ways we've yet to fully understand. Close your eyes and imagine yourself in a space where reality itself begins to blur. Shapes shift, colors intensify, and the boundaries between what is real and what is imagined dissolve. You're not dreaming, but you're no longer awake in the way you've always known. This is the Chonyid Bardo, the second transitional state described in the Tibetan Book of the Dead. It is here, in this realm of visions, that the soul encounters the most vivid and transformative experiences of its journey. And yet these experiences hold an unsettling truth. They are not external. They are reflections of your own mind, projected outward in ways you've never dared to see before. In this phase, as described by the Bardo Thodol, the consciousness enters a state of heightened awareness, free from the constraints of the physical body. It's a place of unparalleled intensity, where the deepest layers of the self are revealed. Tibetan Buddhism describes two types of visions in this Bardo: the peaceful and the wrathful. But before you imagine angels and demons battling for your soul, let's clarify what these beings truly represent. They are not forces outside of you. They are aspects of your own consciousness. The peaceful visions symbolize your highest qualities: compassion, wisdom, and enlightenment. The wrathful beings, on the other hand, reflect the fears, attachments, and unresolved emotions that have shaped your life. This idea might feel foreign, but consider it for a moment. Every unresolved conflict, every unhealed wound, lingers within us, waiting to surface. The Chonyid Bardo is where those hidden aspects of the self emerge, amplified in ways that are impossible to ignore. Imagine facing a luminous figure radiating infinite love and kindness. This is a projection of your highest potential, a reminder of the divine essence that lies within you. But then, picture a fierce, towering being with blazing eyes and an expression of anger. This too is you. It is the embodiment of every fear you've ever avoided, every grudge you've held, every regret you've buried. In this space, there is no running away, no distractions. The Chonyid Bardo forces you to confront all parts of yourself. What makes this phase of the journey so profound is its dual nature. It is both an opportunity and a challenge. If you can recognize the peaceful and wrathful visions as projections of your own consciousness, the illusions dissolve. The wrathful beings transform, revealing their true nature as guides rather than threats. The peaceful deities become gateways to enlightenment, showing you the way forward. But for those unprepared, the intensity of the visions can be overwhelming. Fear takes hold, and instead of moving toward liberation, the soul retreats, becoming entangled in its own projections. This teaching is deeply connected to the Tibetan Buddhist understanding of karma, the idea that every thought, word, and action leaves an imprint on the mind. These karmic imprints shape the experiences we encounter in life, and according to the Bardo Thodol, they also dictate what we face in the Bardos after death. In the Chonyid Bardo, the peaceful and wrathful beings are not random. They are the karmic echoes of a lifetime, brought to the surface in their most potent form. Every moment of kindness, every act of compassion, contributes to the presence of the peaceful deities. Likewise, every act of anger or greed feeds the wrathful visions. Modern psychology offers an interesting parallel to this concept. Carl Jung, a renowned psychoanalyst, spoke of the shadow self, the parts of our psyche that we deny or repress. He believed that to achieve wholeness, we must confront and integrate these shadow aspects rather than ignoring or fearing them. The Chonyid Bardo can be seen as a spiritual reflection of this idea. It is a space where the shadow self is brought into full view, demanding acknowledgement and acceptance. But why does this matter to us now, while we're still alive? The teachings of the Bardo Thodol remind us that the Bardos are not exclusive to death. They are present in our daily lives during times of transition and uncertainty. Think of a moment when you faced a significant decision, one that felt overwhelming or even frightening. That was your own mini Chonyid Bardo, a time when your fears and aspirations came to the forefront, shaping the choices you made. The question is, how do we prepare ourselves to navigate these moments with clarity and courage? Tibetan Buddhism offers several practices to help us face the challenges of the Chonyid Bardo, both in life and after death. Meditation, for instance, trains the mind to remain calm and focused, even in the face of intense emotions. By observing our thoughts without attachment, we can begin to recognize them as temporary rather than as defining truths. This practice is crucial in the Bardo of visions, where recognizing the peaceful and wrathful beings as projections of the mind is the key to liberation. Another powerful tool is the cultivation of compassion. In Tibetan Buddhism, compassion is not just an ideal, it is a transformative force that can dissolve fear and open the heart. By developing compassion for ourselves and others, we prepare the mind to face even the most terrifying visions with a sense of understanding and acceptance. It's no coincidence that many of the peaceful deities in the Bardo Thodol are described as embodiments of compassion and wisdom. They serve as reminders of the qualities we can cultivate in life to prepare for the Bardos. Mantras, or sacred sounds, are another essential practice. Chanting mantras aligns the mind with higher states of awareness, creating a sense of inner harmony. In the Chonyid Bardo, mantras can serve as anchors, helping the consciousness remain steady amidst the storm of visions. One of the most well-known Tibetan mantras is Om Mani Padme Hum, which is said to embody the essence of compassion. By integrating practices like these into our daily lives, we not only prepare for the Bardos, but also transform the way we navigate the challenges and transitions of life. The Chonyid Bardo teaches us a profound truth. The mind is both the creator of our reality and the key to our liberation. What we carry within us, our fears, desires, and virtues, shapes the world we perceive. By acknowledging this, we can begin to take responsibility for our inner state, cultivating the qualities that lead to peace and enlightenment. So as you reflect on this teaching, ask yourself, what would it take to face your fears without flinching? How might your life change if you embraced every aspect of yourself, even the parts you've hidden away? The Chonyid Bardo challenges us to do just that, to see the beauty and the terror within us, not as enemies, but as reflections of our infinite potential. And in doing so, it offers us the ultimate gift, freedom. Imagine yourself standing on the edge of a vast, swirling ocean. You are no longer tied to your physical body, and the world as you knew it has dissolved. Around you, images appear, faces, landscapes, and flashes of what could be. They seem real, almost tangible, yet you realize they are not entirely external. These are echoes of your own thoughts, emotions, and unresolved desires, pulling you toward your next destination. Welcome to the Sidpa Bardo, the third transitional realm described in the Tibetan Book of the Dead. Here the stakes are higher than ever, as every thought, every lingering attachment, and every hidden fear shapes the foundation of your next existence. The Sidpa Bardo is where the process of rebirth begins. Unlike the previous Bardos, which focus on liberation and self-realization, this stage is centered on the inevitable pull toward a new life. Tibetan Buddhism teaches that the forces of karma, built by our actions, intentions, and decisions, become tangible here, acting as an invisible current guiding the soul to its next form. It is both a deeply personal and profoundly universal experience, one that connects the individual to the cyclical nature of existence. To understand the Sidpa Bardo, it's important to grasp the role of karma in this transition. In Buddhist philosophy, karma isn't a system of reward and punishment. It's more like an intricate web of cause and effect. Every action we take, every thought we entertain, and every emotion we harbor leaves an imprint on our consciousness. These imprints accumulate over a lifetime, shaping the trajectory of our journey in this Bardo. Here, the consequences of these karmic imprints become vividly apparent. If you've cultivated kindness and clarity, the visions you encounter may be peaceful and inviting. But if fear, anger, or attachment dominate your inner world, the path forward may feel chaotic and overwhelming. This idea may sound abstract, but think about your own life. Have you ever noticed how your mindset influences the opportunities that come your way? When you act with kindness and integrity, things often seem to flow more smoothly. Conversely, when you're caught in anger or negativity, challenges seem to multiply. The Sidpa Bardo magnifies this dynamic on a cosmic scale. In this realm, your mental state doesn't just influence your next steps, it defines them. As the soul moves through this Bardo, it encounters a series of visions that reflect its inner state. These visions aren't just random images, they are symbolic representations of the life that awaits. For example, Tibetan Buddhism describes the presence of wombs, metaphorical gateways that represent potential rebirths. The soul is drawn to one of these based on its karmic alignment. This isn't a conscious choice in the way we might pick a destination on a map. Rather, it's an unconscious pull, guided by the sum of our karmic energy. The teachings emphasize that clarity and mindfulness are crucial in this stage. Without them, the soul risks being swept away by its unresolved emotions and desires. Imagine a river with a strong current. If you're unprepared, the current carries you wherever it flows. But with awareness, you can navigate the river, steering yourself toward calmer waters. In the Sidpa Bardo, this awareness can mean the difference between an existence dictated by old patterns and a rebirth that offers greater freedom and growth. One of the most striking aspects of this Bardo is its connection to our daily lives. While it's often described as a post-death experience, the Sidpa Bardo mirrors the choices we face every day. Think about those moments when you feel torn between different paths, when fear and desire pull you in one direction, while intuition and wisdom point you toward another. These are glimpses of the Sidpa Bardo in action, moments when your internal state shapes your external reality. Modern science and psychology offer fascinating parallels to this concept. Research in neuroscience has shown that our brains are wired to repeat familiar patterns, even when those patterns no longer serve us. This is why breaking a habit or changing a deeply ingrained behavior can feel so challenging. In many ways, the Sidpa Bardo reflects this struggle on a spiritual level. It challenges us to break free from the cycles of fear, attachment, and ignorance that keep us bound, not only in this life, but in the cycle of existence itself. The Tibetan Book of the Dead doesn't leave us without tools to navigate this journey. One of the central practices recommended for the Sidpa Bardo is mindfulness. By training the mind to remain present and unattached, we prepare ourselves to face the visions of this Bardo with clarity. Imagine the power of approaching life's challenges with a calm, focused awareness, unshaken by fear or doubt. This same practice applies in the Sidpa Bardo, helping the soul recognize the visions for what they truly are, projections of the mind. Another key practice is the cultivation of detachment. This doesn't mean disconnecting from life or avoiding relationships. Rather, it's about letting go of unhealthy attachments that weigh us down. In the Sidpa Bardo, these attachments act like anchors, pulling the soul towards certain rebirths. By practicing detachment in life, we can reduce the power these attachments hold over us, both now and in the afterlife. Compassion also plays a vital role. Tibetan Buddhism teaches that cultivating compassion for ourselves and others creates a karmic ripple effect, shaping the quality of our experiences in this life and beyond. When we approach life with an open heart, we align ourselves with the peaceful energies of the universe, making it easier to navigate the Sidpa Bardo with grace. At its core, the Sidpa Bardo reveals a profound truth. We are the architects of our own reality. The choices we make, the actions we take, and the emotions we nurture shape not only our present lives, but also the lives to come. This understanding invites us to take responsibility for our inner world, knowing that every moment is an opportunity to create a better future. As we continue to explore the teachings of the Tibetan Book of the Dead, let this Bardo serve as a reminder of your power to shape your journey. What you carry within you, your fears, your aspirations, your wisdom, will always influence your path. But with mindfulness, compassion, and a willingness to grow, you can break free from the cycles that bind you and move toward a life of greater clarity and freedom. Stay with me as we delve even deeper into the mysteries of the Tibetan Book of the Dead, uncovering the timeless wisdom that connects us all. This journey isn't just about understanding death, it's about transforming the way we live. As we come to the end of this exploration into the Tibetan Book of the Dead, imagine for a moment standing at the crossroads of everything you've ever known. Life as you've lived it fades into the background, and a vast expanse of possibilities stretches before you. What would you take with you? Fear? Regret? Or would you carry wisdom, clarity, and a deep understanding of yourself? The choice isn't made in that fleeting moment. It's being made now, in every decision, every action, every thought. The teachings of the Bardo Thodol reveal a truth that transcends time and culture. Life and death are not opposites, but part of the same eternal cycle. By embracing death as a teacher, we learn to live with intention, presence, and an awareness of what truly matters. Each moment of life becomes an opportunity to prepare, not in fear of what lies ahead, but in anticipation of what it means to truly awaken. Throughout our journey, we've uncovered the intricate transitions of the Bardos, the fleeting brilliance of the clear light, the raw reflections of the mind in the realm of visions, and the magnetic pull of karma in the process of rebirth. These stages aren't just about what happens after death. They're about the choices we make in every moment. How we react to change, how we confront our fears, and how we let go of attachments all shape the path we walk. The beauty of the Tibetan Book of the Dead is its universality. It doesn't require you to belong to any faith or subscribe to a specific belief system. Instead, it invites you to look inward, to explore the nature of your own mind and the profound truths that lie within. Its wisdom resonates because it speaks to something fundamental in all of us, the desire to understand, to grow, and to find peace amidst the chaos. But perhaps its most powerful lesson is this: death is not something to be feared. It is not an end, but a transition, a doorway to new beginnings. In the same way that the Bardos guide the soul through the mysteries of existence, the challenges and changes we face in life are opportunities for transformation. Every ending holds the seed of a new chapter. Every loss carries the potential for renewal. What does this mean for you? It means that every day is a chance to awaken to your fullest potential. It means that your thoughts and actions matter, not just for this moment, but for the ripples they create across the vast ocean of existence. It means that by cultivating mindfulness, compassion, and awareness, you can shape a future that aligns with your highest aspirations. So, as you move forward, ask yourself, what legacy are you creating with your life? How are you preparing for the inevitable transitions that await? And how might you live differently if you embraced each moment as a preparation for the greatest journey of all? The Tibetan Book of the Dead offers no guarantees, no promises of an easy path. What it provides is a roadmap, a guide to navigating the unknown with courage and clarity. It reminds us that the ultimate freedom lies in recognizing the power of our own consciousness. It shows us that we are not passive participants in the cycle of life and death. We are creators, shaping our destiny through every thought and action. And now, the choice is yours. Will you carry this wisdom forward, letting it inform how you live, how you love, and how you face the unknown? Or will you let the lessons of the Bardos fade, slipping away like dreams upon waking? As we close this journey, take a moment to reflect on what you've discovered. The insights of this ancient text are not relics of the past. They are living truths that speak to the essence of who we are. They challenge us to live boldly, to embrace uncertainty, and to find beauty in the fleeting nature of existence. If there's one takeaway from this exploration, let it be this: life is precious not despite its impermanence, but because of it. Every moment, every breath is an opportunity to grow, to love, to awaken. And when the time comes to face the final transition, may you do so not with fear, but with the knowledge that you are prepared, that you have lived fully, and that you are ready to step into the unknown with grace. Thank you for joining me on this journey into the mysteries of the Tibetan Book of the Dead. If this exploration has sparked something within you, if it has inspired you to look at life and death through a new lens, I invite you to share your thoughts in the comments below. Let's continue this conversation, together unraveling the questions that connect us all. And as always, remember to live each day with purpose, awareness, and the courage to embrace the infinite possibilities that lie ahead.